18 American-made drone prototypes are on display this week at the Pentagon. The U.S. Defense Department is working with the industry to produce more American-made drones, as these unmanned flying systems prove crucial in the war in Ukraine. To discuss, NTD's Steve Lance was joined by Brett Feddersen, Vice President of Strategy Government Affairs at D-Fend Solutions.
And China produces roughly 80% of all commercial drones sold in America. How big of a national security concern is this? And how is critical infrastructure perhaps vulnerable to some of these drones?
And that's a great question. And a lot of people, I don't think, want to deal with the reality that we have, because we do depend on China for quite a bit of things here in the U.S. commercial market. But the truth is they are an adversary of sorts. They are in competition with us. They are constantly working to find an advantage over us, both militarily, economically, and different aspects of things. And drones has been a viable tool that they've been using for years. They use it so that they can gather information both on the video feeds or audio feeds that they have. They've used it, and it's not just China, it's all adversaries, right? So I include North Korea, Iran, and Russia into that same subset. But the technology in China that's being used, we often kind of use it as recreational use, and that's really where the big piece was. The company DJI is a large maker of drones inside the commercial market. So the U.S., relatively inexpensive, has been using it for years. At one point, they had, I think, about 80% of the U.S. market when it came to drones. Since then, I know that some of the data puts it between 50 and 60%, but it's still widely used. And every time an individual, knowingly or unknowingly, is updating their drone, they're communicating with the server in China to get the updates so that their drone can operate better. And that communication link is there. We also know that, beyond surveillance, especially over sensitive areas, that it's also used to build pattern of life. So if you're trying to track down an individual, we see criminals doing it daily that's invading privacy of U.S. citizens, and yet we still haven't taken action to correct that piece. But China still is able to gather information and pull it together through intelligence value and get a better idea of what our security posture is here in the United States. There's also a cybersecurity concern. Because drones not only can carry ordnance and weaponized payloads, but they can also carry viruses or malfeasant software.
Brett Feddersen, appreciate your insights.